Hi everybody and welcome to my attempt at this week's BBO weekly free instant tournament. No, now it's instant tournaments, BBO weekly free instant tournaments, and it's 8 boards, match points, best hands, so nobody's got more high card points than I have. But I just wanted to say this week, because not everybody always gets to the end of the video, if you do like the video, find it useful or whatever, please do like it. Click the like button, but particularly click the subscribe button, because that has the biggest influence on the YouTube's algorithms, and we put this in front of more bridge players. So if you found it useful, other people might. So please do subscribe to the channel. Right, board one. We've got 19 points. But Queen of Hearts and Jack of Clubs are of doubtful value. So we've got, the really good of our 19, 16 of them are really good. They're in our 2 long suits. And in general, honours in long suits are more useful than those in short suits. So you may have seen me open 2 no trumps on some 19 points, but this one, we want to bid spades and then diamonds in a forcing kind of way, probably. So we're going to open a spade. So overcall by West, who's Michael's, showing 5 hearts and 5 of a minor. And East has gone to 4 hearts. 5 hearts was 9 plus total points. We've got almost half the points in the pack. Partners fail to raise spades. But to bid 3 spades, they'd probably want 4, the robot. Now, the vulnerability is equal vulnerability. So if they're making 4 hearts, we could afford to be 2 off doubled in 4 spades and we'd show a profit. The difficulty, if we bid 5 diamonds, then we're ruling out 4 spades, and there's no reason that West's minor suit can't be diamonds. So bidding 5 diamonds is out of the picture. I think we could pass and accept that they're playing in 4 spades because partner won't do anything. We could double, which I think we'll find is a takeout double. Promises 5 spades, 3 plus clubs, 3 plus diamonds, but we hope partner won't bid 3 diamonds because West could have a minor suit. Or we could bid 4 spades, which would show twice removal of spades, 22 points. Shows 20 to 21 high card points. But we have 19. The advantage of double is, of course, that partner might pass 4 hearts and we might defeat it. I'll say the real difficulty is that they might bid a 5 card minor suit. And if they bid 5 clubs, then we know that could be West's minor suit. They bid 5 diamonds, it can't, we think they'd have a 5 card suit before they did that. They'd be more prepared to bid 4 spades with 3 of them. Our real difficulty is if they have short spades, only a couple, in which case we'd probably be beating 4 hearts, and they've got a long minor and they take it out to a minor if we double. With a human partner, I'd certainly be doubling here and hoping that they would take it out. 4 spades is very one-sided. If we pass, we're defending 4 hearts and we're getting them off at 50 points a time. I'm going to take the chance that North is going to bid 5 clubs. And I'm going to double. Four spades. I'm not unhappy with that. North doesn't want to defend four hearts. Double, they don't have, right? And of course, that's fine. They got a terrible hand. But we probably only had, if spades are 2-2 between the two of them, then they weren't making four hearts. You know, we were to take two spades and two diamonds. It looks as though we're going to lose two hearts and two clubs. And therefore, we won't make four spades. But there's a reasonable chance that the spades are 3-1, in which case they were making four hearts. So let's just play this out and see what comes of it. That looks very much like it could be a doubleton club. Let me get the heart back. So they're going to take their four tricks in the rounded suits. Unfortunately, we're probably at this point going to get a club coming back. Now a diamond, right? Okay, we can go up with the ace. And our jack of hearts and queen of clubs are good to throw these two away. Diamonds away. So let's just check that spades aren't 4-0, which is a possibility. No. So now we can draw the remaining trumps. We play the king of diamonds, ruff a diamond, and throw a diamond away on the jack of hearts or the queen of clubs. So we can now claim down one. The bad news, and you see that the spades were 3-1, so four hearts was making, but we only get 30%. As four hearts didn't make. So why didn't it make? Because we had a heart trick as well. And they didn't get a club trick. So double was not the right choice, it seems. Collecting the 50s was the right choice. But and it's quite interesting to note that this is very much a match point pairs decision. If we were playing imps teams, then four spades has got to be right, because we could have made 50 and we lost 50. That's a difference of 100. That's three imps. But if they could make four hearts, or we could make four spades, that's 8 imps. And if they can make four hearts and we can make four spades, then that would be 12 or 13 imps. So they would have been big differences, and bidding on would definitely be right. But this was a close decision at match points. Most of the people in this event went down the four spade route. That turned out not to be the best in this case, but we still got 32%. So lots of people are going to do that. So it's not going to be a zero when you do take a reasonable action like that. Just to say, these events last week, you may have noticed that I scored 70-odd%, but that was really due to who were actually had previously played this instant tournament. These instant tournaments have been played by 15 other people, and to a large extent, how well you do depends on how well they did. So last week, the players in that event did not do very well, and so it was quite easy to score 70%. Previous weeks, they had a number of good players, and it's been difficult even to get above 60%. So it varies dramatically on the players. So we don't quite know yet how the players are in this event, because four spades was perfectly reasonable action. I tend to think that passing four hearts was a bit more gambling, but we'll see. We got a flat 18 count here do have two 4-card suits. And we've got 9s, 8s, and 7s. I think I'm not going to downgrade this to a 1 no trump. I'm going to open 1 diamond. That's what the robot system would do. 2 hearts there, double from there, which promises 4 spades. 7 plus high card points, 8 plus total points. They bid 3 hearts. They're just getting to hearts. We've got 18 points. Opposite there, 7. That's 25. And we got 4-4 spade fit. And I think we've got to bid 4 spades here. And see what partner comes up with nothing in spades, but a singleton heart and good clubs. So there's a reasonable chance that we can play clubs for no loser and throw 2 diamonds away, not even need the diamond finesse, and therefore can afford 2 spade losers if indeed the spades are 3-2. There seems a good chance that their 3 spades are 3-2. See, we've got 8, so they've got 5. But they've got lots of big ones. They got 9, 10. Yeah, they've in fact got 9, 10, queen, jack, queen, king. So they've got those 5 good ones. So one of the king, queen, jack, 10 is going to fall under the ace. But if they are split 4-1, we're going to lose 3 spades. But if they're 3-2, we should only lose 2 spades and make an over trick. The crucial thing not to do is to play the ace of spades and then lose a spade, because if they do have all of them, they'll then draw the rest of our trumps and cash a lot of hearts. So we need to duck a spade first. As this happens, as our queen of hearts is going to make. So that's definitely good. So what we need to do in spades is duck a spade trick to start with. Not play the ace. So there's their 9 and 10. Here comes another spade. They followed, so they've still got 1 spade, and it's still bigger than any of our spades, but that's it now. We've done that. We can even throw a diamond on the ace of hearts and rough a couple of diamonds in dummy. All they can do is over rough at some point with their trump. We won't draw their last trump. We'll just play our winners and let them rough or over rough at some point to make 2 tricks. But we can claim the rest of the tricks now. This should be fairly flat. Oh, they claim rejected. No, I didn't mean to claim the rest of the tricks. That's the tricks -1. They've still got 1 trick to come. Yeah. Yes. 82%. But so that's fairly standard. Lots of 650s. Some people didn't bid game. And some people only managed to go off in 4 spades. So 650 is really par. But it does indicate that amongst our 15 opponents this week, there are some that are not quite as strong, because bidding to game, I think, was reasonably obvious there. And the fact that this is worth 82% suggests that our opponents this week are not the strongest. But we'll move on. We now do have 20 points, and we very much want to protect our king of X of spades. So even though we got a 5-card major, we're going to open 2 no trumps, 20 to 21 points. And that gets passed out. And we get a club lead, not a spade lead. And we do have this heart fit. So a lot is going to depend on who has the ace of hearts. And who has the ace of spades. So if we look here, if West has the ace of hearts, when they win it, if they lead spades, they give us a trick. And it seems quite likely they do, because they've chosen to lead clubs rather than spades. So chose not to lead away from the ace. If East has the ace of hearts, then they can win it and very likely play a spade through our king, and we'll lose our king. But if East has the ace of spades, then our king will always make. So if West has the ace of hearts or East has the ace of spades, we're going to make our contract. If East has them both, we're going to make the contract. If West has them both, we're going to make the contract. It's only if West has the king of spades and East the ace of spades and East has the ace of hearts that we're going to go down. But we can only make 3 clubs, 1 diamond, and 1 diamond without touching the hearts. So we need the heart tricks. And we need them all to come in. So all right, only 1 club entry to dummy. So the question is, I'd really see that if there's a 10 of hearts to be picked up, we can do that if there were hearts of 5-0 with West, we can pick up the 10 of hearts in the West hand. Yeah, so that's the only time we could do it. So we don't need to lead hearts from dummy, although if there's a singleton ace in the East hand, we're probably going down anyway. So we're going to do that, and we're going to lead the king of spades from our hand. The ace is there. That's the good news. Now we just have to hope that they're not 4-1. And they've led, the 8 of hearts has been led. Now this gives us lots of opportunities, because if you look, we've got this 7-6-5 and the 9 is there. So we put on the 9 and the 10 appears, we can win with the queen, and then all our, the jack of hearts and these hearts will be good. So we can put the 9 on. That wins. So now that's fine. Then they're 3-2 anyway. Remember, we had 5 and 3, that's 8. So they had 5 exactly, and they've split 3-2. Right. I think we're going to cash our hearts. Our idea is that we'll cash our hearts. That's going to force some discards from the opponents, either spades or diamonds. If we then play the clubs ending in dummy and see how many spades have gone, it may be safe to lead towards our king of spades, to try and take advantage of if the ace of spades is in the East hand. But we won't be able to do that if they might be able to cash enough spades to beat us. Since hearts are 3-2, we can afford now to lead the jack of hearts and overtake with the queen. Cash. And they're still throwing clubs. Should we throw a diamond for now, or should we throw a spade just to... Yeah, we'll throw a spade to encourage them to throw spades. Another club. We need a spade to lead from dummy, so we'll throw a diamond because we need the club as an entry, and another diamond. So now I'm going to come to the crunch point at the... They've thrown clubs away, so another spade appears. So they've thrown 3 spades away. We started with 4. So they started with 9. So they still have 6 spades. But equally, they haven't thrown many diamonds away. So they've still got both still got diamonds, and they've both still got spades, almost certainly. It's very unlikely that West has 5 spades and East has 4 diamonds. So I'm going to try this because I think they've got to lead a diamond in the end. And there they are. And that got us 82%. Why would that be? Lots of people made two no trumps. Two no trumps went one off, four hearts off, but don't know why two no trumps from south should actually go off. You've got no choice but to play on hearts. A spade lead would beat it, but there's no reason to think the robots chose a spade lead at other tables. No, the robot's going to choose the same lead everywhere. Right. And equal second place now. And we come on, the robots have come there with one heart, two hearts. We've got a 6-card spade suit, quite nice hearts, singleton. We can bid 2 spades here. Double from east, which is effectively a penalty double. They're saying they've got 10 plus high card points and they only bid 2 spades. That said 7 to 10 total points for 2 hearts. So it seems a bit unlikely that they've got 10 plus high card points now, 10 minus total points. So they're discounting some of their high card points. But biddable spades. So they got points in spades. We don't really want to hear West bidding 3 hearts, but I don't think we should bid 3 spades here. There's a warning that this hand's got 4 spades as well as 3 hearts. So I got a pass. They're all going to pass. So we're playing in 2 spades doubled. This sounds fun. And our partner. It's like it. So we think that we've got 8 hearts between us. The opening bidder, one heart they play 5-card majors, so they've got 5. East raised hearts, so they have 3. And I think it's fairly clear they've got the 3 hearts and they've got points and probably include the ace king of spades, and they were discounting them. They don't have points in clubs and they got some points in diamonds. Ideally, we'd like to get rid of our diamond loser, but on the clubs, but we're going to get roughed long before that happens. We'd like to lead spades from dummy to start with, so we'll go up with the king, hoping it doesn't get roughed. We'll play the 6 here, just the robot doesn't signal. Well, I understand the robot does now signal length on declarer's lead, but playing the 4 might help West know that East has played their lowest club. By playing the 6 and hiding the 4, they may be unsure. And we're going to lead a spade here. They're not going up with it. Right. So East, we think they have ace king of spades. Do they have the 10 of spades? We think they have 4. We had 6 and 1, 7. So if they have 4, I think if they had 5 and 10 points, they might have bid 1 spade in response to 1 heart. But I'm not sure about what the robot does. So the question is, do we play the queen of spades, or do we try finessing the 9 in the hope that East has the 10? We think East has 4. They could have 1 of the ace or king and points in diamonds to make up their hand. So playing the queen caters for them suggests they just have the 10 and that the 10 will fall from West. Whereas playing the 9 caters for either the ace or king with West and the 10 with East. So I'm going to try the 9. That's the percentage play. Yes, so that's forced one of those honours from there, so that we know the 10 of spades is in the East hand. Now, another club. It looks like West could have a doubleton and East have 3, or maybe West has 4, but we want to win this in our hand and get rid of the other trump, because ultimately we can throw some that's in the West hand. So we think there must be another trump in the West hand, otherwise they wouldn't have. We're going to keep the clubs, the heart as well, so let's throw a diamond. There's the ace. 8 of hearts. Well, West has the ace and is going to win it, so we don't need an entry to dummy particularly, so we'll just we want to get to our hand. They're cashing their diamond trick. And another diamond, just beat, and rough. Now they still have, remember that we've had 2 rounds of trumps. Remember, we started with 7 spades, they started with 6, and they both followed to 2 of them. So there's only 2 trumps left out. And the Jack of spades is the highest spade. So we're going to play that now. We expect only to draw 1 trump as a result of that. So they've still, we're playing the 10, but they've still got 1 big trump. But the king, queen of hearts are good and the queen of clubs is good. So we're just going to lose that trump. So we'll just give it up now, because then we can win the rest. Here comes the king of diamonds, which we can trump. They've got no more trumps out. And there we are. And another 82.1%. It's becoming the common score, and obviously it keeps us in the same place because the people are all, it's one of the people who passed 4 hearts on the first one that's ahead of us. This is going to be quite a common option. So people went off. Play carefully, you shouldn't. It's finessing that 9 of spades that's the crucial thing. Leading spade, you have to lead spades from the dummy, and we have to finesse that 9. We've only got 1 lead from dummy, and if East had playing the queen or jack plays with, we're hoping that the spades are 4-2, not 5-1. We think they're not 5-1 because East would have been with 5 spades would have been. So we think East has 4 spades for their double and West has 2. Now, what we're hoping is if we play the high spade, we're hoping that West has the 10. If we had queen jack 9 of spades, and if we played the queen of spades, we're hoping West has 10 doubleton, so that when we then the queen will win, and then when we play the jack, the 10 will drop, and East will have to win with a big one, and that will be fine. So we're playing, we need West to have exactly 10 doubleton. If we play the 9, we're playing for West to have king doubleton or queen doubleton, or indeed East to have ace king 10 as their 4. So, and so playing the high spade only wins when in one situation when West has 10 doubleton. Playing the 9 wins when West has ace doubleton or king doubleton, or East has ace king 10. So the finesse of the 9 is by far the better play, and it seems like that's what lots of people found. So we're probably looking at quite a few good players, against us, but quite a lot who didn't work out that that was what they needed to do. Here we are, 15 points, 3 diamonds to the ace, very flat hand. It's really a horrible 15. But we do have 8s, 9s, and 10s. And as you know, I'm a great believer that when we have a hand in the appropriate point range and we have a stop in their suit and we don't have a void, we should overcall one no trump. 4 diamonds from partner is Texas. So they've got 6 hearts and they want us to bid 4 hearts. We know they don't have an opening hand, despite their 6 hearts. Why? The robot has these strange rules about when it will open a week 2. So we'll see in a moment why they didn't open a week 2 if they've got 6 hearts and less than 10 points. Why didn't they open? Was they had a 4-card minor? I don't know. Right, so here we are. East opened the bidding. We've got our 15 points. Partner's got 7, so that's 22. East is 12 or 13 maybe. That still leaves 5 or 6 here. Is this a lead from the king of spades? I don't know. The robots quite often prefer short suit leads, but it does mean that we will be able to discard a diamond from dummy eventually. Let's play the 9, see if the king appears, which would be great. It does. So now we can discard 2 cards from dummy subsequently on the spades, but we need to draw trumps first. 6 and 3 is 9. The East is likely to be with East because they open the bidding and it would make up most of the points which West has to have if they have them. So, but if Heart, remember we've got 6 and 3, 9, so they've got 4. If they're 2-2, we can draw them all and just lose 1 with the king and queen and just lose the ace. That's what we'll want to do. We may be losing 2, in which case we can only afford to lose 1 club. So we'll start. We want to get trumps drawn. We don't want our winners being roughed. Aha. So there we are. They're 4-0. East has ace, jack, 10, 7. And they are going to make 3 hearts. There's nothing we can do about that. But we want them. And here comes the jack. Right. Having a little think here. We could win this, but they've still got 10 and 7. So they're going to make those hearts. But when they make them is of interest to us. The trouble is that, so I'm trying to think of an end play whereby we can make 4 hearts by forcing them to play clubs when they win their last heart. If I win the queen now, they've got 2 more heart winners. And if they make 1 by roughing, they'll then draw a last trump from here and play. So we have to find a way. Can we find a way of playing them so that we don't lose a club? Doesn't look like it. It looks like we're going to have to be playing for 1 off I mean, being in four hearts hopefully is not an uncommon contract, but we were minimum for our action. Some people will perhaps have doubled on our hand and be in three hearts. We can't really do a lot about that. It's worth noting if we duck this one, they're pretty much committed to playing another heart. We can come to our hand and place our two spade winners, throwing a diamond away and a club away. They probably won't ruff. There is another line of play. Could we make our small trumps by ruffing? We'll be able to ruff two diamonds. If we could ruff 1, 2, and ruff the fourth round of spades, possibly. But we will still be a trick short. So I think what I'm going to do is duck this one. They will need to play the 10 of hearts then. And then we can see what we can do. No, they're playing the Jack of Diamonds. Right. We need to win the Ace of Diamonds. So they have 10, 7 of trumps. But if they ruff with the 7, we can draw their 10. So I'm going to play the Queen of Spades now. So if this was the fourth highest spade from originally from West, the 2's now appeared. So that would mean they had 5 spades. We had 4. Dummy had 1, and therefore this hand had 3. So we'll leave the Jack of Spades now. Throw the 4 of clubs away. Right. So it looks as though East has no more spades. They opened 1 diamond. So they have at least 3 diamonds. They turned up with 4 hearts, probably 3 spades. That gives that. So 4 hearts, 3 spades, 3 diamonds would give them 3 clubs. But they led the Jack of Diamonds, which is strange. Could be from King Jack 10. It does suggest that West has at least the Queen of Diamonds and quite possibly the King as well, which would mean East had the other cards. It looks as though we can't eliminate the diamonds. And quite possible that West has the King of Spade, King of Clubs. If I lead the 5 of hearts now, East has to go up with the 10, prevent the 9 winning. If they exit with the club, I can try letting that run round to the Queen. The danger is that if West does have the King, they can lead another spade, and then the 7 of hearts would be promoted. So this is a decision. It does look like East could have 4 diamonds and only 2 clubs. We're pretty confident about 3 spades because of the West looks to have played their 4th highest and then 1 low, which would mean 5 spades. They never really had a chance to get in the auction. So we think West has 5 spades and a low number of points, round 4 or 5. But they do seem to have them in diamonds. So I think the king of clubs is with East. East has 3 or 4 diamonds and 2 or 3 clubs. They still have the 2 diamonds have gone. So they've got 1 or 2 left in their hand in East's last 6 cards. We know there are two hearts. We think there are no spades. There are 1 or 2 diamonds and 2 or 3 clubs. Is there a safe way of playing this? So if East doesn't have the king of clubs, they will play a club. West will win and play a spade, which promotes a trump, another trump trick for East, and I'll go 2 down. If East does have the king of clubs, they will have another diamond with which they can exit safely, and I'll have to rough draw their last trump and play clubs from dummy. So I think I've come to the conclusion that I must draw one of East's trumps. So I've got the 10 left. And now the 8 of clubs has appeared from here. That seems encouraging. I don't think West has got queen and jack of clubs. So I'm playing here for 1 down because I'm going to lose a heart and I can't avoid a club loser. I'm going to leave the queen of clubs on the table. The king hasn't appeared, so I don't think East has the king, but I'm going to play for them to have the jack. So I can get to dummy. There's the king. 10 of spades. Go to rough. They can over rough with what was a winning trump anyway. They're going to exit with a diamond, which I'm going to trump. And they did have the king of diamonds. So West has turned up with the king of clubs and the queen of diamonds, which is 5 points. And if we think back to the beginning, we had 15. Our partner had, we just need to work out exactly how many our partner had. It's 6 hearts to the king, queen. So that was 5. And they had the queen of clubs. That was 7. Nothing in diamonds and nothing in spades. So we had 22 points. They had 18. West has turned up with 5. So they could have 6, but the likelihood is that the jack of clubs is with East. So I'm going to lead the 9 of clubs now. And it's not. Right. Oh, well, 2 down. I expect the people who led low towards the queen of clubs making an extra trick. So 46.4%. That's obviously means other people did much the same. People got out for 1 off, got 92%. So if you lead a low club, so I'm down to 3rd equal now, still 65%. on to board 6. So I don't think that was, I think we played there with the odds. That, I suppose the point is most people, almost everybody was in 4 hearts. So I don't know if everybody overcalled 1 no trump. No, lots of people doubled, but they still ended in, some people doubled anyway and still ended in 4 hearts. So, right, big hand here, nice distribution, 7 spades. So we want to, we're not quite want to force the game. Whatever partner has. So, and we've got this void in clubs. So the odd, I think what the reason we might open 2 clubs is because we're worried 1 spade will get passed out. But that seems very unlikely with this kind of distribution. So we can afford to just open 1 spade here. And just see. Partner says 1 no trump, which is forcing. So we know now that we've got enough for game. Partner would need a lot of clubs to make 3 no trumps a safe contract. Obviously, if we can run 7 spade tricks, ace of hearts and clubs, do we have a forcing bid? Would 2 diamonds be forcing? No. Once they bid 1 no trump, I don't believe we have a forcing bid. We're all limited to 18 points, and wheel hands are really worth more than that. 3 diamonds would be forcing, would show 4 plus diamonds though. That's our difficulty. What does 4 clubs show? Just shows biddable clubs. Right, so whilst if partner does have clubs, 3 no trumps might score better. I think we've just got to bid 4 spades here. Four no trumps from partner, which is blackwood for spades. So we have 3 key cards and the queen of spades and a void. What can partner be bidding on? Let me just see what some useful bids might mean. 5 no trumps, an even number of key cards and some void. We have an odd number of key cards and a void. So if we bid 6 clubs, I think that shows an odd number of key cards avoiding clubs. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. That's what we've got. We've got an odd number of key cards avoiding clubs, and therefore if partner's got the ace of diamonds and something else, we might want to be in 7. So I'm going to bid 6 clubs. 6 spades. Partner doesn't want to bid 7 spades. Yeah. Okay, we'll pass. Partner may have the ace of clubs and not have the ace of diamonds. Indeed, that is the case. So we're going to win the ace of hearts here. All right. So we have 7 spades, 2 in dummy is 9. So we have 9, so they have 4. Hopefully they're not worse than 3-1, so they don't have a trump trick. This diamond position is not wonderful. They didn't lead diamonds, but we're hoping that we can throw 2 cards away on the ace king of clubs, and hopefully those would be 2 diamonds, and we could ruff 2 hearts in dummy. The difficulty is that once we've ruffed 2 hearts in dummy, how are we getting back to our hand? If we play a 3rd round of clubs, there's a chance of rough low, there's a chance we'll get over ruffed. If we Rough high, then if trumps aren't 2-2, we'll lose a trump as well as the king of diamonds. So I believe the robots do signal length on declarer's suit, so we'll see if they signal here. But we're going to rough 2 hearts, play the ace and king of clubs. Roughing a diamond, throwing 2 diamonds. We still need to get back to hand to rough another heart. The only entry to dummy is the hearts. The other way in which we can make it is, of course, if we throw a heart up on a diamond and the ace of diamonds is in the east hand. That's seems to be a lesser chance than we can get to rough. That would be a 50% chance. We've got 6 clubs, so they've got 7. They will split 4-3 more than 50% of the time. So there is a better chance that we can rough the 3rd round of clubs low. And then rough another heart. Once we've done that, we can play a diamond towards the king and hopefully lose to West. So we're going to try this line. Cashing our 6 from 4. So they both played their lowest clubs. So they can't both have an odd number. Remember, the 6 between them. Oh, they could both have 3, couldn't they? No, there's 7 between them. So they can't both have an odd number. So oh, we're going to throw another diamond away. We're going to take a chance. We're going to rough this low. Oh, we're down. Right. Because they're going to play another spade, and now we're going to be down 2. We might as well draw their last trump. Well, let's not hang around. It's what be worth a lot. 6 spades. So the ace of diamonds was right. So we could just have thrown, but they would have drawn trump. They would have played a trump as soon as they got in to stop us roughing a 2nd heart in dummy. We did need clubs 4-3 to make the contract, but that's way over 50%. So it was a good slam, but we're down to 6th place now. Some people got out for 1 off. Some people made 6 spades. How did they make 6 spades then? They didn't follow the sequence we did of showing the club void. Queen of hearts lead. 5 of hearts roughed. Yeah. Ace of clubs throwing a heart. And then king of clubs throwing a diamond. I got, how did trick diamond towards the king. Yeah, so they threw a diamond and a heart away on the clubs and played for the king of diamond, the ace of diamonds to be on side. Well, I think that's a lesser chance than, as I say, that line of play relies on the 50% chance of the ace of diamonds being in the east hand, whereas the line that I took relied on clubs being 4-3, although there were other alternatives where, in fact, as it happens, because the spades were 2-2, if I'd roughed high, I could have succeeded on my line as well. But rough it. Playing for clubs to be 4-3 was way better than 50%. Right, down to 6th place. Let's see if we've got time to recover. 12 points. No, singles and queen of diamonds is not worth a lot, but we got the spades, 4 spades, so we're going to open a club to start with. 1 diamond, North's doubled, which says they've got 4 spades, not necessarily many points. 3 diamonds from here, twice through biddable diamonds, 14 plus total points, forcing. So they have to bid again. So we don't need to bid spades here. They're 14 plus points. They've got 8 to 17. 14 plus total points, 8 to 17 high card points here. So, you know, they can be counting some shortage somewhere for their 14 total points, but they've got at least 12 high card points. 6, 8, so they got 20 and we've got 12. So partners only said 5 plus high card points. So let's see where they're going after 3 diamonds, because they may be running into a misfit. So if I bid 3 spades, we let them off the hook. They should have a fit somewhere, because we do, but let's pass for now. 3 spades are there. Forcing 4 diamonds. Is this forcing? Surely not. Just showing lots of diamonds. Not clear what 3 spades meant at all. Just 5 plus hearts, 10 to 17 high card points. So they got 10 to 17 high card points now. This hand has 14 total points. Now, still, so at least 12 high card points. Opposite 10, that's 22, and we've got 12. Leaves very few for partner to go with their 4 spades. So 4 diamonds. Double says we've got 19 to 20, which we don't have, so we're just passing again. 5 diamonds, pass, pass, pass. Sadly, it's our lead now, and we have to try and find 3 tricks against 4 diamonds. There are 5 hearts in the west hand. So if they have ace, king, jack, then the finesse is working. Most of the points are in the east hand. I wish I knew what this 3 spade bid really meant. Doesn't seem, the explanation doesn't show anything about spades. I knew how many spades it showed. Partner has 4 plus spades for their double. I'll have exactly 4 spades. We have exactly 4 spades. So that's 8. So they have 5 between them. If 3 spades showed 4 spades, then east has a singleton. I think this is just a cubit because north has shown spades. It's just showing a stronger hand. I'm very tempted to underlead the ace of spades in the hope that the king is in the west hand and the jack, the king and the jack is in the west hand or the east hand, and they play low. And my partner's queen wins. That seems too big a risk. What about hearts? What about clubs? Oh, that seems... Once again, I don't like the aces. I don't think their hearts are running. I don't see how West actually has enough points for the hearts to be running. So partner needs to have, and there are not many hearts in the east hand to take finesses. I'm going to be passive. I don't like leading singles and trumps, but the queen of diamonds might even promote the jack of diamonds in my partner's hand if they have 3 to the jack. So I'm going to be passive and lead the queen of diamonds. And that may cut down on roughs in the West Hand. It doesn't seem like that's crucial. It seems that East has 4 spades, and they do have all these hearts. So the hearts are running, so that's the difficulty. We did need to cash our clubs, but partner, because I got the spades, are going to go away on the hearts. What's partner got for their 5 plus high card points? I'm going to show them that I've got the ace of clubs by playing the 10. Oh, we've only got 1 diamond each. So they're going to make this contract comfortably. Because my queen of hearts, they didn't ruff. Ooh. This is the 3rd round of hearts, and they had 1. The queen, they played a roughing finesse. The ace of spades must stand up because they can't, well, they can get dummy with the 5 of diamonds, but they'll need to get there by roughing a spade. What's the club position? What's partner got? Do I need to play the ace of spades right now? Do I need to cash both my aces now? Or otherwise they'll disappear. So each of us only had 1 diamond. Dummy had 3, so that's 5. So East has 8 diamonds, 4 spades. That's 12 tricks. That's 12 cards. And they've thrown 2 spades away on the hearts. And they had 1 heart, so that suggests that's no clubs then. 8 diamonds, 4 spades, 1 heart, no clubs. So we need to cash the ace of spades here, otherwise it's going away. And I don't think the ace of clubs is cashing. I think they're making 5 diamonds, but no, that's right. And make the king of spades, but looks like that if they hadn't made the king of spades, they could have trumped a spade in dummy. So we know they've got no clubs. Robots never claim. So them making 5 diamonds was not a good result. Don't believe we can beat 5 diamonds, but lots of them didn't get to there. So presumably if we interfere more, if I bid 3 spades, they only get to 4 diamonds. So yeah, if you bid 3 spades, they only get to 4 diamonds. Or unless you bid 4 spades over 4 diamonds, then they get to 5 diamonds. Right. Well, so I didn't bid 3 spades because they were in a forcing bid position, so I knew I would get another chance. But no, you can't do better than take. In fact, they could have not let us make even the Queen of Hearts. They just don't have enough entries to dummy, do they? Oh, well, if I leave the Queen of Diamonds, they certainly do. I think they misplayed that, the robots. Well, I think that we've counted this fairly well up to now, and not a good set of results. We got 12 points, 2 4-card majors. The robot has to open its better minor. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 1 no trump. It's a club stop, not a spade stop. No, but clearly we've got an 8-card spade fits, so at least, so they've got 4+ spades. Double here would have shown 4 spades and 4 hearts, I believe. So they haven't necessarily, they're not limited to 4 spades. But I'm going to show that I've got 4 spades, and that's probably what we're going to play. Just remember, this time it's the north hand that's hidden, and this south hand is what the defenders can see. So diamonds is quite nice for us. We have these 3 club losers, and we have some. It's this 10 of diamonds lead. We win the ace. And that was the auction. East bid 1 no trump, saying they had a club stop. So it looks as though the club ace king queen, East had ace king, yeah, ace king of clubs, they'd probably have led them. So one of the ace or king of clubs is in the West hand. East bid 1 no trump. Question is, where is the king of hearts? West, for their overcall, has the standard 8 to 11 high card points. East is a passed hand. So they both have about equal numbers of points. Partner had 9. We had 12. So we have 21 between us. They're probably 9 and 10. And this trick. So the king of diamonds is in the West hand. We also know they have the ace or king of clubs, otherwise East would likely have led them. So that's 7 of their points. So then not likely to have the king of hearts. But my thinking is, I want to get rid of a club loser if I can. I don't know what this diamond lead is from East, but now the 9 and jack of diamonds are good. So if I cash the 9 of diamonds, go over to dummy and cash the jack of diamonds, throwing a club, I'll get rid of my club loser. And I think it's likely that East has the king of hearts, and therefore the heart finesse isn't working, and therefore by just going over to the ace of hearts and getting the discard, that's the sensible thing to do. And then if that works, I can play the 10 of hearts, and they may well think that I'm going to try and rough hearts in dummy and lead trumps for me, which would suit me. So I'm in this hand. Try the 2 of diamonds, see what happens. Suppose I could lead the queen of hearts in the hope that they cover with the king. Yes, I will do, just on the off chance. Makes me more likely that the king is offside. And I'm going to try the jack of diamonds. They're going to rough with the 10 of spades. Well, I'm going to get rid of one of my club losers. Still, the heart finesse was wrong. So that bit was right. There's the queen of clubs, king of clubs. I presumably have the ace as well. Yeah. Right. So this, I think, 7 of diamonds. The king of spades is there as we thought it would be. So the fact we've done that probably means that we've got, and oh no, they played the 10 of spades. We probably have the jack of spades as a loser, and we'll just be making 2 spades. So let's leave the queen of spades, 3, 6. Yeah. So once again, we've made sure of the contract. No, we haven't. I miscounted the spades. I'm going to lose a club trick. I'm going down. So this is an example of how you need, or how count, if you need to count correctly, as I've cut myself off from these two winners. And I'm going one off in a contract that I should have made with, could have made with an over trick. I think I should have just made it. So I'm well down this week, below 50%. So the last hand is a definite mistake by me, miscounting. I think my other bad scores were I took the obviously this one here is in the bidding, 6 spades. I think that one I played according to the percentages. Also on board 1. So I think sometimes virtue is its own reward, and sometimes you have to actually be virtuous and count correctly, which I failed to do on board 8. Even on my line, I could have made the contract. Assume that making the contract would have been 53%. You have to play different lines to make the over trick, rather than going for that club discard. But so I hope there were lessons in that I think we did count well earlier on to get to contracts that other people didn't. But certainly fell down dramatically in the second half. But only on the last hand do I feel that it was by getting something wrong. Anyway, I hope you found it useful. Please do still subscribe to the channel even after that last hand mistake. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.